Hello and good morning from sunny South Africa. Yeah, so the question is, can you, on the spur of the moment, just talk for 45 minutes? Trust a YouTuber, just off the cuff, without sticking to the piece of paper. It was a question to somebody to at a TED Talk. We all know now by 2021 what a TED Talk is. Emergency, you've got 10 minutes. You're going on stage, you've got to talk for 45 minutes. Well, if I had 45 minutes spare without interruptions from the animals and from the humans, maybe it would happen. Before I went away, Lizzie and I were talking about Julius Malema. She's looking up on the news, and obviously I remind her, please look at the date. You know, he said one Boer, one bullet. They've been saying that since we've been killing them with our bullets. We brought the bullets here. You must understand. There's history behind everything. Like in words, 702. It's the talk radio station in our area, 702, owned by Prime Media. South Africans, when we give our telephone number out, we'll say 083. Now, if you say that to a South African black man, he'll correct you and say it's not an O, it's a 0. So you say 083. But we've all been trained by Prime Media, a white company, or is it India? Well, it's listed on the stock exchange. 702, it should be called, but it's not. It's called 702, talk radio. So words mean something. They didn't want the 0, they wanted the O. Maybe we don't want to start a number with 0 because it's got a negative effect. Talk about negative effects. Miss Markle is doing a Princess Diana for Harry. And so I think tonight on South African television, pay television, you will be able to watch the interview with Oprah. And, the royal family so racist and everything. I mean, did you see the wedding? The wedding at Windsor Castle they gave Harry and Meghan Markle. And her mother sat opposite the Queen. Now, the Queen is called the Queen over the world. The Queen does not need a passport. I don't think the Queen is racist at all. I think Miss Meghan Markle hasn't even lived a life yet. One has to think, because words are said by other people doesn't mean. You know, Queen Esther in the Bible, she was asked by her father to denounce her religion and her God just to save herself, to have a better life. And she became like a concubine to the king. And then she became the queen of Persia because of her nature, because of her true belief, secretly, in her God. That's what the power of the story is. Her husband went on to rebuild Jerusalem, and the Israelites, as the story goes, didn't have to sit by the rivers of Babylon anymore. They could go home because he rebuilt Jerusalem because of his wife, who denounced everything and bowed down to him. Sometimes you bow down, you submit. And now, today, it's Women's Day across the world, International Women's Day. I wonder if Julius Malema is going to say something about that. The problem is, in the man's world, the woman doesn't rule with the woman's way. She rules with the man's way, like the Queen. Stop blaming the human being. You know, it happened to me. I was at a family, you would think, party, and I overheard somebody speak about me. I am not a real, with my surname behind it. And do you know how that makes you feel? To be called not a real something. So I understand when you're not looked at as white, because I'm not looked at as white. Well, by black people, they see me as white, but white people don't see me as white. Stop taking offense. This is a week of huge offenses. And women are the strongest in that way. They don't take offense. Men take offense. Men are the biggest babies, the biggest puppies. And that's why they keep women out of the boardroom, because they can't take it when a woman is in control and charging. Because that's the way the men do it. You see, the men, they rape themselves to get to the top, or each other. Believe me, it's a terrible thing. However you want to call the rape. Sometimes you feel raped. And it didn't even go up your bum. That's what Julius Malema likes to do. Go up your bum. I just do things off the spur of the moment, you know. And I nearly did it this morning, and luckily I didn't have data. So, in my room, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. And I sent this voice note to 702. It didn't go through, and then I could delete it for everyone. Hallelujah! There was a God. Because I just winged it, and, well, just for a minute. And I did that before I went away. I did it with 702. And then 702 phoned me. Could you care to say something about Julius Malema? Because they just want to spark something. Now, I wasn't listening to 702's whole show, but I've stopped listening to media. But I walked into the house to do something, and I overheard the end of the news article. So I was just picking up the ends of cigarettes, where Julius Malema, it was back there, you know, it's a couple of weeks back, about a month back. Oh, yes, and none of this going to your girlfriend or your boyfriend for the night. Everybody must stay home. And I just said it's like Julius Malema has no right, no one has any right to tell you what to do in your own home. So she phones me. Will you be able to say something? Wow, I let rip. And the guy, it's a Friday afternoon, the radio host, I think Steve Orville. And I get nervous, I promise you, when I'm speaking there, because, you know, there's 2 million people actually listening, so they say. And they know me. I will answer them with 500-page WhatsApp messages. They know Lionel here in 4 ways. You get a reputation, you see. Even my mother is known. We phone in. Don't phone into the station. They just use you. Because they used me as like, I went all, how can I do it? You know, this has been tough on us, the lockdowns. Then the smoking ban, then the drinking ban, then no, not allowed to work. Can we work? Can't we work? What's an essential worker? I'm an essential worker. If I'm my only income, I am an essential worker. Think about that. And I work from home. So when the president said you could work from home, so hang on. If people want to see me, I can see me. I'm part of the medical profession. So, Meghan Markle, you could have ruled the world, but now you want to fight the leaders of the world and the firm. Meghan, you're like a Malema, a huge dilemma. It's like a pimple. You just need to squeeze it and it pops. You're loving it, and this, my friends, is only a work. It's called professional wrestling. You know, wrestling? Where, oh, that guy's about to die. And then he comes back up. Whoosh. Listen to me. Why do you think you have King George's Day in England? I think it's the only public holiday besides the holidays that are for Christian, so-called Christian, Easter and Christmas. Is St. George's Day. King George, what did he do? He slayed the dragon. Now you all take a day off for that and go to the pub and put your flag up of the Red Cross, like the Knights Templar did. White flag with a red cross. That's St. George, King George. He slayed the dragon. Do you think it wasn't true? Do you think unicorns did not exist? And you want to go against this lady that doesn't need a passport to go anywhere in the world, and you blaming her. How rude. Your grandmama, Harry. Your grandmama. You're so whipped you don't even know it. But, like I said, it's a work. Publicity. Who else? Oprah. Who wants all the racists dead? Well, the whites wanted all the blacks dead at one stage. So I suppose it's, tit for tat. That's how it works. Will you stop? Thank you. I'm speaking. That's the neighbor's dog. So, I hope you enjoy the show tonight with Oprah. Can you believe it? England gets it after South Africa. America is getting it now. I think they're watching it now. And so, away they go. But Malema. So what I said about Malema is like he's got no right. And that's why I think he's paid for, I don't know who he's paid for. I mean, my dad put the speakers up in all the stadiums for the World Cup. Sound. The FIFA World Cup, Football World Cup, or actually 9 of the 10 international FIFA World Cup stadiums. Now the other day, 2 years ago, just before COVID, he put up some speakers. For who? Malema. In a stadium. In an undisclosed place. Talking too much. Where do they get the money from? They're just a hoo-ha, which is also required because, the ANC, which is the ruling party, have to stay centrist. They have to follow the constitution of the country. And that's why I love this country. We're small and growing, and yes, a small democracy, just like America is a small democracy and still going through changes. We all have to go through changes. If you work hard, there's a dream, a bigger dream here, an African dream. Americans, they lost their dream. What makes you lose your dream? Addictions. Depression. You get addiction from a depression and you get more depressed from addictions. So I'm not going to make this 45 minutes. But I hope you enjoy the show with Meghan Markle, or I will report, that time that happened with me and Malema on the radio station. Then this guy asked me, Stavovos, because I'm in 4 ways, did you see the hippo? So there was this loose hippo. I said to my mom, really? I said to Janice, really? She said, yes, somebody saw it. I said, do you believe it? The following week, we have some insurance company, this app where you can get the best deals on insurance. And it's called Hippo. It was a marketing ploy. Now, what we got in the Western Cape is we've got loose crocodiles, but they've been caught. I think that was real. So, just another day in sunny South Africa. Thank you for watching. Please comment, please like, please share if you like. And subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now. Tot ziens. And remember to excel.